you're live.
Uh-huh.
And I say good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, YouTube, wherever you are in the world. And today it's Adaire and me. Hello, Adaire.
Hello, Stephen. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, this technology just blows me away. I mean, it's so amazing that we can go live to YouTube from a Chrome browser, and you know,
It is. It's just like it can either do your head right in, like it did with me. It was when I first stumbled across this and realized the power of what we had at our fingertips. I actually spent, I think, several months getting extremely frustrated, and then figured I'm just going to learn it. Just I'm going to learn it, and it's been a very interesting journey because when when you're learning it as it's coming out, there's no precedent set, really, is there?
no, no. And the thing is, on the live screen, I can see the comments that are coming in, and I can say hello, Tish, because Tish Rosales has joined us. So
Oh, hi, Tish.
we're going out to YouTube now. Can you see the stream output on the right hand or left hand side or somewhere? Two
I
of us
can
on
see
screen.
this. Yes, I can see it on the my right hand side. Yes.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, that's what's physically going out to YouTube. And basically, we're here today to talk about something which we're both sort of exploring at the moment. I'm just going to send this to live, and the screen will change in a second, and you'll now see both of us on screen, but this time we've got a slide with us. So in terms of using this, I mean, I was on with Vincent the other day, and he's an artist, and he was able to use this to tell a story. So basically, he's got a scene with himself, which it does the introduction on, then a scene with the two of us, and then different scenes with different slides to talk about different topics. So that you basically, you create the scenes before the show, and then when you're ready, you can switch between one and the other and just send to live. Yeah. So if I just do that, I can move us both down the screen a little bit. So it looks, and it'll refresh, and there you are.
Oh,
So
wow.
you can actually do it when live, and you can let's see, if I show that, I can change the slides. Yeah, I'll send that to live. So we're talking about creating chatbots for live streamers, and just hide that again, and right. Okay, now the one that interests us most, and the one that we've been using most, is sending share links to guests and inviting people on screen, because it is a real problem, isn't it?
Well, it is, and I love your idea when you said that. Just go to what was it? Type guest in, and voila, you get the show link there, it's right in the inbox. There's no excuse. It comes to you.
Well, no, I mean the thing is, what you're actually doing. Not only are you sending a guest link without having to interrupt your flow within the show, you're actually making contact with somebody.
Well, you are. And if they're not on your subscriber list, and they've actually asked to be on your subscriber list for your chat, or for your well, you've got ManyChat there. I can see that's what you use. There's other programs, but I use ManyChat as well. And I think then you've made that contact. You've had that interaction, and I actually think it's kind of cool. I love it. It's because it is that interactive, that thing that if you what I used to do before I heard of your brilliant idea of actually doing it like this was I would pin the guest link to the bottom of the comments thread.
Right. Yep.
And that would just, and but we would, when you were live and you're trying to find the comments thread and put there and talk at the same time, and it's but I think the thing is asking people to type guest in as well. It gives that extra interaction, and actually gets people to do something, and people love to be asked to do stuff.
They do. Yeah, I agree, because if you sort of mention people, you can bring them on screen and mention them, but if you actually interact with them during the show and after the show, because the thing is, once people have subscribed, you can talk to them anytime. Yeah, and obviously, I mean, one thing to sort of put out about chatbots is I mean, I use mine just for information. I haven't overtly sold anything yet. Have you sold anything yet, or marketed anything?
Not through chatbots, no, not through the broadcasts. But what I do is, when I have it's mainly for my Friday Facebook fix, that I use it on my page, and I let people know when I'm broadcasting. And in the broadcast, that's where I say, I have the link in the broadcast, and I say, hey, I've got an e-course starting. Have a look up here. But there's another thing that you can do is also, when they're when you're on the broadcast, you can say, type in this word to get information about it, and so people can choose to do that. So there's many different ways that you can encourage that interaction, and you can get people to choose to participate and sell. But using the broadcast feature itself in the ManyChat to sell, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that there was some, like, I think it's sort of frowned upon or against the policies. I haven't sort of unpacked them real, like 100%, but I think in terms of having it integrated, especially like with Facebook, there's some regular rules around whether you can actually sell.
Right. Once people are in your chat bot, in other words, they've signed up and they've confirmed that they've signed up, then you can message them anytime, and you can send a broadcast message out to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to sell to them, however, you've got to sell to them within the first 24 hours plus one.
That's right.
So
yes.
If you've got a special offer, then you put it in straight away.
Yes.
Now, obviously, what's going to happen is that people are going to go out of that 24 plus one window, and therefore, according to the rules, you can't sell to them. So what you do then is you send out an informational message, and at the bottom you put a button which says, I've got a special offer, would you like to know more?
Yes.
And anybody who clicks that, you can then market to for the next 24 hours.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Brilliant.
I mean, we're both learning on this. It's a fascinating area, though, and it does give an extra depth to live.
Well, it does.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. I mean, I think there's going to be, if you set up 2 or 3 bots, I think that's reached a limit. I mean, you could have sort of 20 bots all focused on one. And if you type A, you get that, and if you type B, you get that. But I think if we keep it to sort of 2 or 3 keywords, yeah.
I'm looking forward to unpacking it and expanding it some more. But like you said, it's a new area. It's very new, and it's actually so new that I was at a regional women's businesswomen's network a couple of weeks ago, and I said, who here has like 30 lovely businesswomen in the room? And I said, I was giving a presentation, and I said, who here has chatbots attached to their business pages? And I think I had like 30 blank stares, and one even said, what's a chatbot? So it really is that new, that there's been like no precedence really. We are, like I said, having 20 set up, I'm thinking I would probably have to have some tuition for that, just doing 1 or 2.
Well, the thing is that if you do schedule a post, then you can put a bot on it. Now, every bot works independently. So if you've got one bot which says type chat, you can have another bot which says to, as we said earlier, to become a guest. You can have several bots all working to the same post. Each one's got one job, but one job. So
Yes.
you've got to set them up independent, but they all work together. And we've got our first ever question on YouTube, which I'll read out. Tish, thank you. What are the ways for folks like yourselves, whoever, can change the number of people who have misconceptions of chatbots? Just asking for conversation purposes. Thank you. And do you think there are misconceptions? I think chatbots are so new that nobody knows what they can, exactly how far they can go. I mean, I've seen chatbots where it's a full order processing system, and you start at the top and you say, I would like, and then it goes through all the options, and then eventually you end up on a landing page where you can place the order. I think people do have misconceptions because the very word bot scares the bejeebers out of everybody. And it's the terminology that's the problem. I don't know, but chatbots has become the description, hasn't it?
I think it has. And I think one of the things that popped into my mind when you read out that question from Tish was I was listening to, I can't even remember, I think it was a webinar or something a couple of days ago. And they said they were talking about the change, the massive change that we've faced over the last century and how we react to change. Now, this was really interesting, that when the locomotive was invented, the steam engine, and they said the scientists were saying you can't actually, you have to restrict the speed to 30 miles an hour, because if a human body, if a human goes faster than 30 miles an hour, they didn't know what was going to happen, and they thought our bodies would explode or implode or something like that. So it really stuck in my head, because I thought we're on the locomotive now. And the chatbots are like, people are going, well, if we use chatbots, does that mean we lose all human contact and everything becomes automated? And well, like, sorry to say, that's already happened. Has anyone been on the phone to any of the government departments in any?
Oh yeah.
There's like, press 1 to be annoyed, press 2 to be really annoyed, press 3 to get no service. No, that's unfair, because I'm sure they do the best they can. But the whole thing is, like, for us as small businesses, it is change, and it's a fairly significant change that we can either embrace or be fearful of. And I say to people when I teach them this, I say there's still a human behind that.
Oh yeah,
typing it in.
I mean, that's it. I mean, it's created by humans, and it is a personal message, because it's, when you craft your message, it's different to my message. And when RJ crafts hers, it's totally different. So that's RJ Redden. I'll come to RJ in a minute, but it is personalized. And the thing is that once you've said yes or please, or providing you don't type stop, then the next message you'll get will be from one of the two of us. Yeah. So it is a very personal and approachable service. And I think at the moment it's novel. So therefore there are very few people doing it. And if we can do it well and mix the automation with the manual, and Tish has come up with a misconception, and it says, I think one misconception is that chatbots lack human emotion. As a friend of mine thinks, trying to get her to think outside of the comfort zone. Right, now to point, have you heard of RJ Redden? RJ, no. Right, RJ Redden was on Blab back in the day, and she's a very clever lady, and she's got her own chatbot. And her chatbot runs a 5-day chatbot course. And she must have spent months on it. Yeah. The graphics are superb. The flow is perfect. And you want you actually, you know, when newsletters first came out and you look forward to the next issue, those were the days. You now look forward to, you now look forward to the next message from the bot, because you know it's going to have useful information. So I'll put the link in for RJ. RJ is an exemplar of this, and so is Molly Mahoney.
Yes, yes, Molly is great. I love whenever I get anything from Molly from her chat bot, her Molly bot. I go, yay, what's she up to now? And I look forward to it. It's actually quite exciting.
Yeah. So we do have an education job to do, and
yes.
I think today is the start of it. Two things today. We were testing out Lightstream, because it's the first time we've been on Lightstream live together. In fact, it's the first time we've been live together before, because we did the 15-hour marathon before.
Oh, that was for a nanosecond, because my internet just
yeah, no. Well, we're putting that right now. Right now, what we're doing, because we're testing Lightstream, is we're going to now scoot over to Facebook for 10 minutes to the Be Live in 5 page, and we're going to say everything we've just said now, probably in a different order. But we just want to test out and look at the comparison between what we see on YouTube and what we see on Facebook. So, Tish, thank you for joining us. Thanks for the questions.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Right, so I'm ending the stream now, and it's